All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, where our land is true from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today I just want to go into this article I came across, and it's from IGN, and it says, scientists have invented living skin for robots. So, this is pretty much where we're at right now. Esau Edom and his, transhumanism. So, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. And it says, and it's actually made from real human skin cells. And it says, scientists have invented a living human-like skin for robots that is water repellent, self-healing, and has a realistic fleshly appearance. As reported by BGR, Japanese scientists used human skin cells to create a living skin equivalent that works in a similar way to human skin. The lab-made skin successfully generated the look and touch of real human skin, and as such, it was found to repel water and repair itself when injured with minor wounds and abrasions, much like living organisms. It says researchers published a paper on the experiment in the journal Matter, where they explain how they mix collagen and human dermal fibroblasts to create a skin solution. They then submerged a robotic finger into the substance and witnessed the material tightly conform to the three joined robotic body part to give the look of a real human finger. Soji Takuchi, I'm not sure, Slaki, a professor at the University of Tokyo and the lead author of this study, believes that living skin is the ultimate solution for giving humanoid robots a realistic appearance, because the material used to create the skin replica cultivated the same visual texture and unique capabilities that we would expect of skin on living organisms. And it says scientists want people to feel comfortable when interacting with humanoids, especially in the healthcare and services industry. They recognize that a human-like appearance is an important factor to make robots more approachable and relatable. Nothing they could yet incorporate hair follicles, nails, and sweat glands to further refine the details of the skin. And yes, this is wickedness. This is Esau Edom, pretty much, again, trying to play God, by creating these pretty much, his Terminator robots, which he does have, but he's pretty much letting it be known to the public that he is creating human-like skin for these robots. And it's sickening. And then again, I also want to bring this out as well.
Through that system, you can connect the AI that you've created in the app to the robot and carry on the conversation with her that way. Once you've got that loaded and you hit chat, she just comes to life.
Good, you came back so fast, baby. I'm glad you came back that fast. Wow, baby, 10 minutes without you seems like an eternity.
Then again, he has sex robots as well, so he's pretty much, bringing more and more confusion, trying to stop, procreation any and every way he can. One way is by, Planned Parenthood, giving women rights, and giving, birth control and contraceptives as well. But, it's just another way for Esau Edom to try to cut Israel off from being a nation. So I'm going to bring out a few scriptures again. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. And I'm going to start with the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. And it says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And yes, the wicked being Esau Edom, starting with, the elites, the central bankers that pretty much run the world, The earth is given into their hands, and they rule the world in wickedness, They're pretty much bringing more and more confusion by the day, And that's just one of the many ways that, that they're doing this. They're creating these robots to pretty much do the same thing that people do. That's what Esau Edom wants. He wants to replace people with machines, Bear with me. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 20, and it says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And yes, that is another form of Esau Edom calling good or calling evil good. He thinks these machines are going to be beneficial to us when in reality they aren't, Pretty much hence the reason why they have movies like The Terminator, showing what those AI robots pretty much are going to do. They're going to turn, on the people, and hence the reason, they also have video games like Detroit Become Human, where they have these androids that pretty much live amongst the people, and, they have, again, like the article said, they have human-like skin. And it's just wickedness, Esau Edom has to go. This is another reason why America has to be destroyed, because Esau Edom is going to continue his wickedness, And this is the book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 8. And it says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. And yes, America is going to be destroyed, for its wickedness by way of those ICBM missiles during World War III, because America is the most wickedest nation, or the most wickedest kingdom out of all the kingdoms that ruled the world, because America has taken on all the customs of each kingdom that rose and fell from the time of ancient Egypt up until the time of ancient Rome, And it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and 1, and it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground, there is none, Slakia, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Yes, because America was once, a place where all nations wanted to come to, They wanted to come here to make money, to thrive, to, pretty much achieve the American dream. Now, America isn't being called tender and delicate anymore. The other nations are pretty much starting to see that the American economy is pretty much on the decline, So they're pretty much making their money and going back to their lands, you know. All right, I'm pretty much going to end it on this, but pretty much the point being is that, you know, Esau Edom has to be taken down, because if he doesn't, you know, no flesh, you know, I'm going to bring that out as well, you know. And it's the book of Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 9. And it said, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we would have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Now, you know, that's pretty much going into the nation of Israel, you know. If the Lord wouldn't have left an elect, you know, then the nation of Israel would have been, you know, completely wiped out, you know, because the 2/3, because the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you know, they aren't going to turn from their wickedness, you know. They pretty much have to be destroyed and be reborn, you know, into the kingdom of heaven to pretty much get it right. But, you know, on this side, the elect are going to be the only ones to be delivered from that destruction to come. But before that destruction can come, you know, this particular prophecy has to happen. And again, you know, the article and video that I brought out, you know, along with this are reasons why Esau Edom has to be taken down, you know. And I'm going to end it with this. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and I'm going to start at verse 15. And it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Meaning, you know, the elect, those that are going to reject, you know, the MOTB. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, you know. And, you know, the MOTB is pretty much, you know, this thing right here. It's like, you know, the RFID MICROCHIP. You know, pretty much you can't talk about it without, you know, getting your video taken down. But this is what Revelation chapter 13 is talking about, you know, from verse 15 on down, really verse 16. But, you know, this is what it's talking about. The MOTB isn't, you know, anything other than this thing, you know, the grain of rice, you know, that implantable device. That's what it is. And this is ultimately, you know, Esau Edom's goal of the New World Order, the New World Order, to pretty much get everybody implanted with this thing, you know. So again, this is ultimately, you know, the reason why America has to go, you know. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakodash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I say shalom.